Hi guys, what's up? Am I audible, visible? Can somebody confirm? Check, check, check. Hello, 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 hello. Hi guys, what's up? Welcome to the class and good evening guys. So today we are starting with a new chapter. We have completed 9 chapters. Today we are going on the 10th one. We are doing prospectus. So preliminary is done. Prospectus, deposits, charges, pay dividends, accounts, auditors, foreign company, GCA, FEMA. 10 chapters, finish. What teaching, what teaching. Good evening everybody, welcome to the class and today we are doing prospectus chapter. I hope you guys are amazing, you guys are superb and we start with a chapter called as prospectus. So close to 5 mark ka weightage of the chapter and it's very easy, very small chapter. Today we'll get over ASAP. Okay, so good evening everybody. I hope you are liking the session, you are liking the videos and do share with all your friends and other people who are not coming live so that they watch it in recorded session. I think the team has shared the playlist ka link so that you can watch it later on. So just remember whenever you are traveling, okay, maybe you are going somewhere or still if you are attending something and you are going to the class or somewhere else, just listen to the audio of the class so that rather than listening the song, you listen to the audio of the lecture. So what happens, you remember the content, you will remember, because whenever I'm starting the session we talk straight to the point, we don't do any nonsense in between except 2-3 minutes when Govind Swami irritates me, but most of it it's straight away to the pointers. So you will remember the content because like we remember lyrics of the song, same way we remember the content. Okay, chalo let's start with KBC. कौन बनेगा CA? Quickly, when we talk about auditors chapter, guys, can you give me the penalty number for auditors? Penalty का section number basically. पेनल्टी का सेक्शन नंबर क्विकली. वेरी गुड वैष्णवी, वेरी गुड दर्शन, वेरी गुड अश्विनी सर. सेक्शन नंबर 147. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. मैंने टॉक अबाउट फेमा तो आई वांट टू सी करंट ईयर में, आई वांट टू सी इन द करंट ईयर वेदर आई एम प्राय और प्रॉय. आई हैव टू सी द प्रीवियस ईयर. प्रीवियस ईयर में आई हैव टू स्टे इन इंडिया फॉर हाउ मेनी डेज? प्रीवियस ईयर में आई हैव टू स्टे इन इंडिया फॉर हाउ मेनी डेज? हाउ मेनी डेज? Sir, minimum 183. People writing 182, you will get 0 marks. 0. It's 183. 183. Minimum 183. Okay. Can you give me GCA का year? GCA का year. GCA का year. 1897. 1897. Okay. When we talk about accounts of company, voluntary revision of FSR board report. Can you give me the number of years? Voluntary revision of FSR board report. Somebody wrote 8 years, you'll get 0, bro. It is 3 years. Purna, why are you wrong? It is 3 years. Voluntary revision of FSR board report is 3 years. Mistake. Okay, then when you talk about alteration in scrape का form number. Alteration scrape का form number, guys, and days. CK Madhu Gowda. Ammu. Yenda Kundral putra. Shut up and concentrate. Stephen, very good. FC2 within dash days. FC2 within dash days. Vaishnav, you are wrong there. Ashwini, you are right. It is FC2 within 30 days. Stephen, you are wrong. FC2 is within 30 days. Only FC4 mate is 60 days. Purna, again you are wrong. Purna, you need to revise. Lot of mistake, Purna. Lot of mistake. Chalo. So warm up done. Let's start prospectus. Okay. So sir, what does this prospectus means? I'll take all your doubts once I take a pause in between. Okay. Sir, what does prospectus means? Prospectus means any document which is which is described or issued as a prospectus. You call them as a prospectus, or which is described as a prospectus. It will include shelf, red herring in, notice, circular, advertisement, or any document inviting offers. Then, sir, a company can issue, a public company can issue prospectus or a public offer, or a private placement, or a right issue, or a bonus issue. A private company can only go for private placement, right issue, and bonus issue. So when we talk about public offer, there are 3 ways: IPO, FPO, OFS. What it is? IPO, FPO, OFS. IPO, initial public offer for the first time. FPO, further public offer, subsequent issue. OFS, offer for sale, when a substantial shareholder sell the share in the market. Then section 25, deemed prospectus. Deemed prospectus. If you remember the story, previously the company used to offer the shares to issuers, and issuers were supposed to offer the shares to the public without the prospectus. So they used to give a circular advertisement. The law said that circular advertisement is called as deemed prospectus. It is called as what? Deemed prospectus. Now there is a MCQ on this. Matters to be stated. The matters are additional matters. It is not in substitution, it is in additional matter. There is a MCQ also in the module on this. What additional information you have to give? The statement of net amount received or to be received for the securities offered. How much consideration you will receive. The time and place where the underlying contracts can be inspected. Third, the name of persons identified as directors of a company. In the MCQ, they have used the word promoters. Here it is directors. 3 things, these 3 points are additional points. First, the amount of net amount received or to be received. Time and place where the underlying contracts can be inspected. Third, the directors name of the persons making the offer identifies directors of the company. Then the prospectus should be signed by at least 2 directors of the company. It must be signed by the 2 directors of the company. So this is deemed prospectus. Contents of prospectus, we have written RTP, section 26, Open 27 in your notes, variation in terms of the contracts or objects stated in prospectus. So we came up with the IPO, okay, I'm coming up with an IPO, guys. Yeah, you will invest in my company, 30 days mein money double, Lakshmi chit fund, correct? Now, so I need to write, like for example, I'm coming up with 1000 crores ka IPO. So 1000 crores, I'm saying, okay, 300 crores will use to pay our loan. Again, 300 crores will use for product expansion, for business expansion. 200 crores for new product line. Okay, I've given some objects. Now later on, I realized that rather than product expansion, business expansion, let's expand the family. Family is very much important. So I booked the London car ticket. So I'm using the money of the public for a different object. So I want to change the objects of the prospectus. I want to change the objects, not the of the MOA. No object clause of MOA, that will come in incorporation. I want to change the objects stated in prospectus. Sir, allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? Sir, allowed. Sir, who gave the money? Public gave the money. So you take public approval. Basically now these people have become members, right? So you will take members ka approval. Sir, via which resolution? Via which resolution? Via special resolution. So it says it allows a company or variations via special resolution. Then they have to give a notice. Notice must be published in 2 newspapers, one in English language, other one in vernacular language, justifying the variation. Then very important point, funds raised cannot be used for buying or dealing in equity shares of other listed company. Now I came to know, okay, Reliance ka money mein shares will be doubled. 30 days mail. So what I did, I wrote 300 crore, 300 crore, 200 crore, 200 crore. This were my 4 objects. I want to change. Change is allowed. You have to give pass SR and you have to give notice in 2 newspaper. Okay. So the last 200, instead of product expansion, I am using to buy shares of Reliance. So you can change the object. It is agreed. But that public money can't be used to buy the shares of other listed companies. Okay. Now imagine Sagar. Sagar has a startup. It is a private limited company. I am a shark. Okay. Shark Tank. Shark Tank India, Shark Tank London. Okay. He came to me, sir, can you invest in my company? I said, yeah, we have just raised money for IPO, but A, B, C, D, this were my 4 objects. So I want to change the object. It is allowed. I pass SR. I give newspaper and I give notice in 2 newspaper. Okay. I am investing in Sagar ka private limited company. It is a startup of selling chai. Hey Jayanagar, pull down now. Tell me, can I invest in Sagar ka startup selling chai in Jayanagar? It is allowed. It is allowed. Why? Because the prohibition is given for what? To buy shares of other listed companies. Allowed. Govind Swami wrong, Kushi wrong, VG Vlogs wrong, Uday Kurian wrong, everybody wrong, sub, all wrong. Why? Because you can't use the money to buy shares, to buy equity shares in the shares of other listed companies. There's a prohibition only in listed company, but you can invest in startup, no problem. Sir, SR means 75% approval. Okay, imagine there were 4 objects, so I change my 4 objects. I change it. It is allowed. Okay, it is allowed. Now, so people have passed SR, those 25% people like Govind Swami Manohar. Sir, no. We don't approve it. We don't like it. Once again, if SR is passed, that means I can change the object. It is allowed. But these 2 people are never happy in life. Only Ammu in the kundra, Ammu. Like Ammu is everything for them. I don't know who the hell is Ammu. Ammu, are you there in the class? Ammu. So these 2 sad people are called as descending shareholder. Bro, you gave me money, you take the money. So it says descending shareholder must be offered an exit option. So they must be given exit option by the promoters at a price and terms set out by SEBI regulations. So they will be given an exit offer. Understood? Section 27, that's variation in the terms of contract. Then 28, offer of sale by shares of shares by certain members of a company. Okay, sir. For example, if I am a substantial shareholder basically means holding 10% of the equity share capital of a company. Okay, if I want to sell, sir, it is your right. It's a listed company. It's a public company. You can easily sell it, no problem. Correct. But if you sell, what will happen? If you sell, what will happen, sir? Sir, the price, because if the supply is more, the price will rise or fall, guys. Price will rise or price will fall. Sir, price will fall. So to control that, SEBI has made a regulation. It says it allows a member in consultation with board to offer the shares to public according to the law. So I can't sell directly. I will give it to the company. Company will sell my shares. Now it is not company selling their shares. It is company selling the shares of one substantial shareholder. So as such, the number of shares will not increase. Neither it will decrease. Nothing will happen. Like from my demat, it will go to other people ka demat. I was the one shareholder. Imagine I was holding 5 lakh shares. So my 5 lakh shares will be distributed with others. So whenever a company offers shares, they have to give prospectus. They are not offering their share. They are offering AB ka share. So they also have to give prospectus. So if they offer prospectus, all the requirements of the prospectus will be applicable to them, and public will give money to the company will give money to me. Okay. Now company will, whatever expenses company is incurred, like drafting of the prospectus, valuation, expert, ROC ka fees, I will reimburse them. So it requires a member to authorize the company to act on their behalf and reimburse the company for all related expenses. So I will reimburse the company. Understood, guys? Section 29, Demat RTP. Now, 30 is basically contents of prospectus. Yeah, advertisement of prospectus. 30, section 30 again, it's RTP. 31, shelf prospectus. Shelf. Sir, what does shelf prospectus means? Sir, if I am coming with an IPO, I need to offer prospectus. After 3 months, again I am coming with a subsequent issue. I need to offer one more prospectus. Again, after 2 months, I am coming with one more issue. I need to offer prospectus. So whenever I am coming up with the IPO or FPO, I need to offer prospectus. It's a mandatory requirement. But the company has a vision that we will raise money. We will raise money in a year with multiple offers. So the SEBI says, the MCA says, why you want to offer so many times prospectus? Company will say, you have only told us, AB sir have taught us, whenever company comes with a public issue, they need to offer prospectus. So section 31 says, do one thing. You offer only one prospectus. That one prospectus is called as shelf prospectus. So you offer one big prospectus. The validity of that prospectus will be 1 year from the date of the first offer. Will be valid for 1 year. So in 1 year, you are offering multiple issues. Imagine in June 24, I came up with 10 rupee ka issue. Then in August, I came up with 100 rupee ka issue. Then in February, I came up with 1000 rupee ka issue. So I gave 3 offers, but I will file only one prospectus. Multiple offers secret, but only one prospectus. It's called a shelf prospectus. A shelf prospectus allows the company to issue securities in one or more offers over a period of time without needing a new prospectus each time. A shelf prospectus can be filed with the ROC at the time of the first offer. It is valid for 1 year from the first offer. No new prospectus is needed for subsequent offers within the period. Now, sir, between June to August and August to Feb, there can be changes in the company. Address can change, name can change, office can change, directors can change, any change. I need to inform that to the ROC. So we will inform via paper. That paper in English is called as information memorandum. It is called as information memorandum. Okay. Now, some people, so they have given the money on the basis of June 24 ka prospectus, whatever was the existing status of the company. Now, company have changed their registered address. Now, they have a problem. Why are you changing the address? So, law says what you will do, you will issue them refund. What you will do, if you have a problem, we will give you money. Simple logic. You give the money, you take the money. So, whenever changes are happening, that changes will be informed to via information memorandum to the ROC. So, the company will file an information memorandum before subsequent offers dealing material changes. If they have a problem, they can withdraw after changes. They will inform the applicants and refund if they withdraw after changes occur post advance payment. If they have given advance payment, so they can withdraw. Then need cut this is cut up. The shelf prospectus and information memorandum together are called as final prospectus. The shelf prospectus and information memorandum together makes a final prospectus. So multiple offer of securities, only one prospectus. Multiple offer of securities, only one prospectus, 1 year ka validity from the date of the first offer. 32 says red herring prospectus. Sir, I am confused. I don't know what should be the size of the issue, what should be the price of issue. So what I will do, I will file a blank prospectus. It will contain everything. It will contain everything except 2 things. What are the 2 things? Sir, price and size. Then what I will do, I will circulate a draft paper, a survey form. That survey form in English is called as information memorandum. That survey form or that information memorandum will be filed prior to 3 days of the opening of the offer. It is called as red herring prospectus. Red herring prospectus will contain everything. A red herring prospectus is a preliminary document that contains everything except quantity, that is the size, or the price. Size and the price. It allows the company to raise funds flexibility by leaving these details to be determined after the issue closes, helping them to market effectively. Timing. a company can issue RHP before launching the official prospectus. However, it must be filed with the ROC at least 3 days before the offer opens. Before the offer opens, you have to file 3 days prior. MCQ. The RHP holds the same legal obligation like of full prospectus. Then, after the offer closes, the final prospectus must be filed with ROC and SEBI detailing the actual capital raise and the pricing. Just remember 3 days. Then, Abridged prospectus. Sir, abridged basically means small, chota. Sir, it is a summarized version of full prospectus highlighting the key features of the company. Sir, it reduces the printing cost. Sir, it must always be accompanied with an application form. Sir, it must accompany every application form for shares or debentures except when the shares are offered via underwriters and non-public offers, that is offers to existing members. Let's say for example, if you offer to bank, so we know whom are we offering, we know who will apply. For TV problem. So you will not give application form. Every prospectus ke saath you have to attach application form. Application form alone cannot go. You have to attach prospectus, but you will not give application form will you not give prospectus when the shares are offered via underwriters, or you are offering it to non-public offer, like for example bank or mutual funds, or offer to existing members, like existing members know about the company. Why you want to offer prospectus to them? Then, if a shareholder says, I want the full prospectus, so full prospectus must be made available to the person who has applied. Non-compliance 50,000 rupees each default. So you can skip the penalty. Basically, shelf and red herring, both are important. Shelf and red herring. This way we have remembered the section number, if you know, Dasra. Deemed shelf red herring abridged. Dasra. Deemed shelf red herring abridged. 25, 31, 32, 33. 25, 31, 32, 33. Deemed shelf red herring abridged. Dasra. Then, this page we have cancelled. Misstatement in the prospectus. Sir, misstatement ka other name is what? Untrue statement, false statement. Sir, all those people who have signed on the prospectus, all means are sub means all, they would be liable, civil and criminal. If you remember the civil and criminal liability. Okay. Sir, who will be liable? Sir, civil liability. Understand this. Sir, the company will be liable, the director would be liable, the proposed director like the future director, the promoter, the expert or the one who has authorized the issue of prospectus will be liable to pay for the compensation to the investors. This is called civil liability. 34 is criminal, 35 is civil. Okay. But sir, when he will not be liable? If he withdrew the consent to become a director, or he believed that everything is correct, or the prospectus was issued without his knowledge and he gave a public notice, then he is not liable. This is written in section number 35. We have written this answer. Criminal liability. Sir, every person who authorized the issue of prospectus to cheat, to defraud the public, he will be guilty. He will be guilty under section 447. He will be guilty under section, guys, 447. Acha, but whatever matter it is written, it is immaterial, or he has a reasonable grounds to believe, and he did believe up to the time of issue of prospectus that whatever the prospectus statement is there, it is true, then he will not be liable. So 34 is criminal liability, 35 is civil liability. Now imagine AB Limited, we wrote number 1 company of the world, branches all over pan world, 1+1 share free, 500% dividend, we will give you 500% dividend. Guys, all these things are written in the prospectus. I stood on the streets of Jayanagar. Prospectus. You tell me, whatever matter it is written here, all these are true or false? Guys, all those matters are true or false? False. People are calling me fraud. Jesus Christ. Scam. Oh. Okay. You applied at 5, oops, TV problem, yeah. You applied at 500 rupees, the price went up to 6 rupees. So you incurred a loss. No way chance, ella. Don't abuse me in Kannada, change your Godi 82. I will throw chambu, yeah, chambu on your face. So you suffered a loss. So you guys, what rights you have? You have 2 rights. Cancel the contract and claim damages. Cancel the contract and claim damages. Tablet time for TV, sir. Tablet time. Now, cancel the contract and claim damages. The right to cancel the contract and claim damages. The right to cancel the contract and claim damages is given only to one person. Allottee. The right to cancel the contract and claim damage is given only to allottee. The right to cancel the contract and claim damage is given to whom? Allottee. So allottee means a person who buys the shares on the basis of prospectus. Imagine Purna. Purna applied on the prospectus. He suffered a loss. But he did not claim the damages. Purna sold this too. So Purna sold Govind Swami. Purna sold the shares to Govind Swami. Can Govind Swami claim the damages? Tell me. Govind Swami. Ayyappa. No. Suppose, because he is not an allottee. He is not an allottee. No. Purna is a allottee. No? The Purna have a right to claim damages. Suppose Govind Swami informed Purna. Now Purna want to claim damages. Now Purna can claim. Khushi, you were wrong. In this case, tell me. Yes, sir. Yes. No. In this case also no. Why, sir? See, if Purna have sold to Govind Swami, that means he acted as a shareholder. Right to reject is lost. Right to reject is lost if you act as a shareholder. How do you act as a shareholder? If you attend the AGM of the company, if you accept the dividend, or if you sell it. Right to reject is lost once you have sold the shares. Once you acted as a shareholder. Right to reject is lost once you act as a shareholder. Understood? People were wrong here. Now see. So it says against the company. Sir, right of rescission. Rescission basically means cancellation to claim damages. When to seek rescission? Purchase shares on the basis of prospectus containing untrue or misleading statements. Then, agreement to take up the shares is voidable at the option of subscriber. If he want, he can accept it. It is valid unless it is resigned, removed from the register, return of money with interest and cost, and you can claim damages. Exception. Subsequent purchaser from the market cannot seek rescission. If you purchase from the secondary market, you can't claim. Subscribers to memorandum cannot seek rescission at any time as a company did not exist at that time. So subscriber to MOA, those 2 people, those 7 people, you know what you are signing, correct? So you also can't claim cancellation. Against the company, civil liability, what we did later on in section number 35. Against the persons who has authorized the prospectus, criminal liability. So against the company civil liability, and person who have done the fraud, it is basically criminal liability. Sir, when to invoke? Misrepresentation amounts to fraud and it is available even if the other company has gone into liquidation. Even if the company has gone into liquidation, still it is you are liable. Still you are liable. Prerequisite for claim to damages. Number one, there should be a fraud. The fraud should be on the basis of prospectus and person must have suffered a damage. The person must suffer the damage. Understood? Then, punishment for fraudulently inducing person to invest money. I am telling you to guys, invest. Money double, 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. You are investing. I know the companies are fraud. I will be guilty under section 447. You will be guilty under section 447. Ratapa answer. Then 37, actions affected by actions to be taken by affected person. What they can do? So they will file a suit. Who can file a suit? Any person, any group of person, or any association of person. We have not written in the notes. We have just read it from the main book because it is all read wala answers. Okay. So they will file a suit. You can't file. Anybody can file. Like for example, lawyer can file on your behalf. Association of people can file. Then punishment for personation for acquisition of security. This I have explained you by an example of Sheikh Mohammed Abdul Ul Fakir Govind Amir Khan Sahab. So I have created fake identities in the name of sheikhs and I applied for the I applied for the shares. I made huge money. So I did a fraud. So guilty under section 447. Whatever gain I have done, government will take away. With that gain, I bought that iPhone. Gold chain, a bicycle and a chambu. Remember this example, chambu I bought here. The question is this bicycle, the iPhone, the gold chain and the chambu. Will it be taken by the SEBI or the authorities? Tell me. Will it be taken by the authorities? Will it be taken by authorities? Yes. What they will do, sir? They will use it? No. They will sell it and they will give compensation. It is called as disgorge amount. What it is called? It is called as disgorge amount will be credited to IPF. They will pay compensation and whatever money they got, it will be transferred to IEPF. 1 second, a pencil is not working. Hold on. One second, it is getting charged. Not happening. Yeah, it started now. What else, guys? How are you? How are things at your end? Are you studying properly? It is getting charged now. Sir, which brand vodka are you drinking? Eureka Foods. Very nice. Side cutted apple brand, full local brand. You guys can talk full time pass, na full time pass. Okay, now next answer is 447. Okay, so to teach 447, we are not referring to this diagram, we are referring it to our chart. If you remember this diagram, sir, if the fraud is more than or equal to rupees 10 lakhs or 1% of turnover, whichever is less, whichever is less, okay, or the fraud is rupees 10 lakhs or 1% turnover, whichever is less. So if it is more, we call this as big. If it is less, it is called small fraud. So if it's a big fraud, minimum imprisonment 6 months, maximum 10 years normally. However, if public interest is affected, minimum 3 years, maximum 10 years, minimum 3 years, maximum 10 years. And fine is of amount of fraud, maximum 3 times the amount of fraud, minimum amount of fraud, maximum 3 times the amount of fraud. Sir, if the fraud is small and it does not involve public interest, if the fraud is small and it does not involve public interest, imprisonment up to 5 years or up to 50 lakh or both. Imprisonment up to 5 years or 50 lakh or both. It is or, here it is and. Here it is or, here it is and. Understood? 447. Then, allotment of securities by company. Allotment of securities by company. Section number was 39. Section number 39. Okay. Sir, minimum subscription. How much is the minimum subscription? As amount stated in prospectus. Minimum subscription must be stated in the prospectus and the shares cannot be allotted unless it is met and the application payments are received. Sir, minimum subscription is not 90%. It is as amount stated in prospectus. Then, sir, quantum of application payment. Sir, application money should be minimum 5% of the nominal value or such higher percentage as may prescribed by SEBI. Minimum 5%. Minimum 5%. Sir, minimum subscription should be achieved within 30 days. Minimum subscription should be achieved within 30 days. If it is not achieved within 30 days, you will refund the money within 15 days. You will refund the money within 15 days. If it is not refunded within 15 days, you will refund along with 15% interest. You will refund along with 15% interest. You will refund along with 15% interest. Cool. Then you have to file a return of allotment in form number past 3 30 days. You have to file a return of allotment in form number past 3 30 days. Penalty is 1000 rupees per day or 1 lakh, whichever is less. 1000 rupees per day or 1 lakh, whichever is less. Section number is 39, minimum subscription. Section 40, securities to be dealt in stock exchange. Sir, if you have applied to 2 stock exchanges, permission should come from both the exchanges. If permission have not come from both, or you have come only from one and you have allotted that shares, that allotment is basically void. That allotment is void. How much is the penalty on the company? 5 lakh to 50 lakh, officer 50,000 to 3 lakh. And what you have to do? You have to refund the money. You have to refund the money. Plus, in that we have written about underwriting commission also. Underwriting commission ka section number is also 40. Sir, underwriters are given a commission. How much commission they have given? MCQ it is maximum 5% or above, which is less in case of shares. Maximum 2.5% or above, which is less for debentures. Maximum 5% or rate in above, which is less. Maximum 2.5% or above, which is less for debentures. Okay, they must disclose underwriter commission, securities underwritten. Then a copy of the contract must also be filed with the ROC at the time of delivery of prospectus. 1 second. Can underwriters be paid in kind? Yes or no? Tell me. Can underwriters be paid in kind, guys? Can underwriters be paid in kind? Yes, sir. They can be paid in cash or lump sum or in kind. Can dividend be paid in kind, guys? Can dividend be paid in kind? No, dividend cannot be paid in kind. Dividend cannot be paid in kind. Then GDR, Global Depository Receipts. Global Deposit Receipts. Indian company want to raise money from public, they will issue shares in India. They want to go abroad, they will issue GDRs. They will take share to the depository will convert them into shares. They will take the shares to the depository will convert them into the depository receipts. Okay, it is called as GDR. If I want to get listed everywhere, it is GDR. If I want to get listed in US, it is ADR, American Depository Receipts. American Depository Receipts. Okay. So these people will give money to the depository, and the custodian will give the money back to the company. If you are a holder of a depository receipts, like instead of shares, you have a paper, GDR, like a bond. The underlying asset is the shares there. Will you have a voting right? The question is, will the holders of GDR have a voting right? Will the holders of GDR have a voting right, guys? No, sir. On their behalf, who will be voting? That custodian will be voting. When they will have the voting right, the GDR holders may vote upon when the GDS are converted into shares. Converted into shares. Otherwise, the depository will be voting on their behalf. A lot of people were wrong. Holders of GDR will have no right to vote. Right to vote is given to the shareholder. Right to vote is given to the shareholder. Right to vote is given to whom? To the shareholder. GDR holders will vote only when the GDRs are converted into shares, converted back into shares. Then only they can vote. On their behalf, who will be voting? The depository would be voting, or the custodian would be voting. Okay. So a lot of people were wrong. Please check why you were wrong. Last answer, very important. Private placement section number 42. What it is, guys? Private placement section number 42. I have written it notes. Very important. You also open notes. Very important. Private placement. Let's quickly recall all the points and we'll do the question. Sir, any company, whether public company or private company, can offer shares to identify persons by PP, private placement. This offer can be made to maximum 200 persons per security in a financial year. 200 persons per security in a financial year. When you count 200, you will exclude qualified institutional buyers and employees under ESOP should be excluded. Qualified institutional buyers and employees under ESOP would be excluded in this 200. Acha, rules mate is 200, section mate is 50. Rules mate is 200, section mate it is 50. In May 24 ka exam they use 50, so you will take on 50. Okay, we have written on the terrace. If you see in the book, you have written it. Okay, in the rules it is 200 only. In the rules it is 200 only. Both will not come together. If both comes, give priority to 200. TV, Babu. Then this limit is applicable per security, that is 200 for equity, 200 for debenture, 200 for preference shareholders. 200 for equity, 200 for preference, 200 for debentures. Okay. Okay. The payment can be made only via check, DD and other banking channel, not by cash. No cash. Sir, very important. Money raised cannot be used until the shares are allotted and the return of allotment is filed with ROC. Money raised cannot be used until the shares are allotted, and a return on allotment is filed with ROC. Very important exam question. Sir, no fresh invitation or offer can be made unless the earlier offer is completed. Imagine equity offer was going on. You want to offer one more equity. Sir, it is allowed. Multiple offer subject to 200 persons. 200% per security. It is allowed. So if you want to offer again equity, so the equity offer should be completed. Sir, if you have offered equity to 180 people, now you are offering 180 to preference, it is allowed. But when you are offering preference, the previous offer should be completed or it should be abandoned or withdrawn by the company. So whether you are offering the same security co-offer or you are offering the other security co-offer, the previous offer, whatever was running, it should be completed or withdrawn or abandoned by the company. Then company can offer multiple offer of private placement in a financial subject to the aggregate limit of 200% per security, provide the previous offer is completed. When it will be completed? Sir, when you have allotted the share and return of allotment is filed. Then this rule is applicable for each security. Understood this point? Very important. Then company should allot the securities within 60 days from the receipt of application money. Company shall allot the securities within 60 days from the receipt of application money. If allotment is not done, you will refund within 15 days from the expiry of 60 days. If you have not refunded within 15 days, then you will refund along with 12% interest from the expiry of 60th day. From the expiry of 60th day, that is basically 61st day. So you have to allot the securities within 60 days. Not allotted, refund within 15 days. Not refunded within 15 days, then you will pay 12% interest from the 61st day. From the 61st day. Then after allotment, the company should file return of allotment to ROC within 15 days. Normal shares mein normal offer mein it is 30 days. Past 3, 30 days. Here it is 15 days. If it is not filed, company promoter director will be liable 1000 rupees per day subject to maximum 25 lakhs. Maximum 25 lakhs. This penalty is for when you have not filed return of allotment. When you have not filed return of allotment. Very important penalty. Next point. If any provision is contravened, any provision of this act, this section is contravened, then company promoter director will be liable for number 1, amount raised through private placement, or 2 crore or 2 crore whichever is less. Amount raised to private placement or 2 crore whichever is less. Amount raised to private placement or 2 crore whichever is less, and you have to refund the amount along with 12% interest within 30 days of the order imposing the penalty. Pehla problem, number 1 problem, you have to penalty. How much is the penalty? Amount raised to PP or 2 crore whichever is less. Number 2, refund the money along with 12% interest. Number 3, such offer will be treated as public offer. Such offer will be termed as public offer, and then the requirement of 3 acts. Which are the 3 acts? Companies Act, SECRA, SEBI will apply. Companies Act, SECRA, SEBI will apply. Companies Act, SECRA, SEBI will apply. Understood? So amount raised to PP or 2 crore which is less, and refund the amount along with 12% interest, and this offer will be called as public offer. And if it is a public offer, then SECRA, SEBI and Companies Act will apply. Section number 42, very important, very repetitive, private placement. Understood? I think we took around 45 minutes to revise this chapter. Any doubt, guys, on this chapter? Any doubt? Mana patiya pati ke anna patiya pati ke ketu. Can you explain 9 questions from deposit chapter in the book? Later on, first talk about prospectus. Aishu. Wait. Let's first talk about prospectus. Any doubt? Jan 25 ka paper. Please answer question number 10. With reference to the board identified select group of 50%. You can offer to maximum 200 people. And issued PP offer an application duly following the required procedure under corporate law. Choose. Which is the required procedure? Choose Jan 25. Tell me. Check. Hello. Gauri, you are wrong. It's a private placement offer. It's logical. How can you give a public offer? You can't give any advertisement. No broadcasting on news channel. C. 10 का C. Let's check 10 का C. 10 का C. 10 का C. Nothing came from my book. Nothing. Jan 25 people. Spreading rumor. Jesus is watching you. Nonsense. You'll have a problem on the first night, whether you're a boy or a girl who spread this. Nothing came from my book. Nothing came from Isaac book also. Question 1A. 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 Let's read this together, guys. 1A. 1 lakh equity shares of 100 each were issued at a premium of 2 per share by PQR Limited for the same was received from the 1 lakh shares of 100 each were issued at a premium of 2 per share by PQR for offer. After offer, the same was received from the shareholders in terms of prospectus issued by company on 1st April. The prospectus specified that the amount from the issue will be exclusively used for manufacturing and distributing some life-saving drugs. In August 24, the company, after proper market survey, found that there is an ample demand for AI-based software and therefore decided to go forward for development of such type of software. They also wanted to divert a small amount for investment in the equity shares of a large successful company. Since there was surplus money from the above issue, the board passed two resolutions. The first for 60 lakhs in the development of AI and the second for 5 lakh in equity shares of X Limited, which is a listed company. Lakshman, I'll take your doubt later on. First, let's do prospectus cutout. In order to avoid unwarranted situation from the shareholders, the directors called an EGM, in which vote casted in favor of the proposal was in excess of the votes against. Favor was more as compared to against. Imagine favor is 51, so this would be 49. Okay. Some shareholders objected to the above action of the board that the resolution passed in the EGM was not proper since the majority did not approve the same. The prescribed details of notice which was given to the shareholder also have published in newspapers, one in English, one in vernacular, circulating in the city where the registered office is situated, indirectly clearing the justification for such variation in the use of fund. Should also have been published, okay, that the resolution passed for 5 lakh investing in equity shares is illegal. Comment as per Companies Act, decide the contention of shareholders are tenable. You tell me, what is the problem? Variation of prospectus, we just did section number 27. Full theory they have copy pasted here. Nothing came from my book, guys. Nothing came. I'm telling you, nothing came from the book. Nothing came from handwritten notes. Tell me, Jan 25 actual paper, section number 27. Which resolution is required? First tell me that. Which resolution is required? Sir, shareholders are correct. You are supposed to pass SR. Basically, 75% approval is required. When they say votes are in favor, is in excess of votes against, that is basically OR they have passed. That is wrong. You have to pass SR. Sir, so this is correct. Prospectus should have contained the details of, it should be published in one English and one vernacular language. This is also correct. Third one, can they invest? I mean, the line, the resolution passed for investing 5 lakh shares of X Limited is illegal. Is this statement correct? Shareholders are saying that this statement is illegal. Are the shareholders correct? Tell me, are the shareholders correct? Yes, sir, you can't invest in the shares of other listed companies. The contention of shareholders are tenable. Let's check the answer. So first you will write the theory. It is first one is tenable. First contention is tenable. Number 2. Second contention also tenable. Third contention is also tenable. All three are correct. Section number 27. Now understood the reality? What is the rumor and what is the reality? People leaving the class without solving the question. Lord Jesus, bless the poor child and bring them back again in fast track batch. Law is not easy. Law is more logical. If you understand the concept, you can easily answer. Understand, we have completed 10 chapters. No question came from my book. No question came from ICA book also. It's all conceptual. Paper is full conceptual. If your concepts are clear, any question can come. Understood now how to identify the question? So 5 mark ka this, 2 mark ka MCQ, 7 mark prospectus came in the exam. Now if I show you what questions we have done till now, see, this is the actual Jan 25 suggested. Whatever I have tick mark, that means we have discussed in the class. 1 is done, 2, 3 is done, 4, 5, 6 is done, 7 is done, okay, 8, 9 is pending, 8, 9 MCQ is pending, 2 MCQ pending, 10 is done, 11 is done, 12 is done, 13 is done, 14 is pending. Only 3 MCQs are pending, 5 chapters are pending. Imagine. Now understand what is the power of handwritten notes. Out of 15 MCQs, 12 we have done, only 3 MCQs are pending, only 3 MCQs. And I am telling you, when we do those chapters, because I have not taught you those chapters, that's the reason we have not done it yet, okay? Okay? I can't share all the charts. I have already shared 2 charts in the group. If you need to buy the chart book. Question number 1A we have done. 1BC, full question number 1 done. Okay? Question number 2 if I talk about. 2 ka A is pending. 2 ka A is pending. It is from the shares chapter. 2B we have done. 2C we have done. So that's only 2A pending till now. Question 3A pending, 3B pending and 3C pending. 4 questions pending from here. Question 4A we have done. 4B pending, it's an LLP ka question. 4C interpretation ka question. 6 question pending. 5A we have done. 5B is LLP ka question, it's pending. 7 question pending. 5C we have done. 6A came from meetings chapter, it is pending. 8 question. 6B is dividend, this also it is dividend ka question. 6C we have done. So 3 MCQs and 8 descriptive questions are pending because we have not done those 5 chapters. Tomorrow I'll be doing one more chapter, then easily you can crack the paper. This is Jan 25 ka actual paper we are solving. Trust the notes, believe on yourself, believe on the teacher, you will get very good marks. Stop listening to the rumors. Let's do RTP. Okay, it's a new question, guys. New question came. Grab Securities is an unlisted company intends to make a public offer of securities. Public offer of securities. However, they are not sure about the compliance requirement for issue securities in demat form. You being an expert, because there's a change happening practically also. So there's a question here. Guide Grab regarding the relevant provisions whether Grab is eligible to issue its securities. Now see the answer this. Now, every company making a public offer in such other class of companies as may be prescribed has to issue securities only in demat form by complying with the provision of Depositories Act and the regulation made therein. This is the first point. Every company, okay. Basically unlisted company only. No? Now, in case of prescribed class of unlisted company, the securities shall be transferred only in demat form by complying with the provisions of Depositories Act and regulation made thereunder. So the first para was about the issue. Second para is about the transfer. It can be transferred only in demat form. Third, therefore it is an unlisted company. If it falls in the prescribed class of company, they have to comply with provisions of section 29 of the Companies Act and the rules made thereunder. Grab must ensure that its securities are issued and transferred in demat form as per the Depositories Act. So in the prospectus chapters, wherever you have written the notes, please write there, refer question 11 May 25 RTP. Refer question 11 May 25 ka RTP. New question. First time it came, section number 29. Basically there is no answer here. Every company have to issue shares only in demat form. Every company can transfer securities only in demat form. So it's a new question. Question number 11 May 25 RTP. Cool. Finish. So guys, we have completed 10 chapters. 5 are pending. Interpretation, we'll see what is to be done. 4th of for sure we'll be revising. Tomorrow I think LLP is scheduled. Then incorporation is there. Meetings and shares. Those are the main 3 chapters then left. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday ideally. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll be completing by Wednesday. Understood guys? Cool. So keep on revising again and again. Acha, people had doubt, right? Now you can shoot your doubt. Somebody had deposit ka doubt, somebody had FEMA ka doubt. What it is, please shoot. Others you can leave the class, no issues. I'll be just taking the doubt now. From the book, question number 9. Yeah. Charges. The value of the charge and the value of the asset. Asset should be more. The loan should be less. So if land and building is 60 and you take charges only on the tangible asset. So it is 60 crores plus 20 crores plus 20 crores. 100 crore it is, because trademark goodwill is intangible. Okay. So 100 crore plus 12% is the interest rate given here. So for 3 years it is 36 crore. So my total liability is 136 crore. Total deposit is how much? 136 crore. And if you talk about the asset, it's only 60, 20, 80. 20, 80 plus 20, 100. Only it is 100 crores. So I have accepted deposit of 136. So the asset should be at least 136. 136 or above. 136 or above. 136 or above. This is charges. The provision is written in the question number 12. The theory is in question number 12 of the book. Lakshman, what is your doubt? Please shoot your doubt. Understood, Aishu? Lakshman, what is your doubt? Page 361. What is the doubt? Going abroad for employment, it's immigration, basically shifting, immigration. If you are going for normal job, then it is applicable. Immigration, that means you are shifting there permanently. Immigration only. It is immigration only. Required by country of immigration, medical institute and university. Immigration only. going abroad, when we talk about immigration, I will go there and work only, na? So permanently if I am shifting there, it is employment only, but the word used is immigration. The legal word is immigration. Understood, Lakshman? That in section 33, that exception is only for public and industry. Section 33? 33, Dasra. Abridged prospectus. Along with the prospectus, you will not give application form. When generally when you're giving it to public, you have to give application form. When you're giving it to underwriters, because underwriter ka form will come. When you're offering it to banks, bank know about the company. When you're offering it to existing shareholder, they know about the company. You will not issue prospectus. They're talking about prospectus should not be attached with application form, because prospectus contains details about the company. These people know about the company. Understood? Cool. Bye guys. Aim for a rank or 70 plus, which is earlier. We meet tomorrow with I think LLP. Bye guys. Take care.